What is going on, guys? This is the Lost Yeti here, and today we're playing a little bit more Sackboy: A Big Adventure. We're going to be starting off with some electro swing. I'm assuming this means electric swing, like we're going to have electric eels kicking our butt. But without further ado, let's hop right on into it. We're going to keep our standard character. I don't know, I've become attached to him. He is a absolutely wonderful little sack thing, and I cannot complain in the slightest. Hope everyone's having a good day today. If you guys are new here, I especially hope you guys are having a good day. You know, I don't know what brought you to this side of the internet, but welcome. As always, this is TheLostYeti. I don't know why I always need to say my name. It's like, I forget or something. It's like a trigger. It's like that exact moment I'm just like, yes, okay, make sure I instill my name so that way I can, you know, I don't know. I'm an idiot. Looks like we're going to have a couple of dreamer orbs in this one that we're going to have to go for. Another one of those tried and true boxes, and it looks like I was right on the eel statement. But will we have the tried and true hidden dreamer orb right from the start? No, we will not. Ooh, but we are getting that grappling hook as I, you know, aim directly for the grappling hook, ignoring everything else that's happening in the world. Speaking of ignoring everything else that's happening in the world, ooh, that's going off into space. I hope that everyone is having a wonderful time. This will probably be going up at somewhere around the holiday season. And, you know, I hope wherever you are, you're enjoying holiday with friends, family, whoever you might be spending it with, as I plummet into a deep, dark hole of death. Should you find yourself plummeting into a deep, dark hole of death, you know, it's a rough time for everyone, and we just need to get through this. And also, speaking of dark holes of death, recently and no, this is not in a negative way. No, please stop right there. Everything is okay. Everything will be okay. I was going through the creepier parts of the internet, and I came across a old, I believe the correct term is called creepypasta. Those things are always very interesting. Actually, if you guys have any good creepypastas besides the one I'm about to talk about, please share them in the comment section below. I don't mind looking those things up from time to time. They're always quite interesting. And I don't really know how they come to fruition, but they're always quite interesting anyways. And the one that was specifically that I was thinking of, whether or not you're familiar with it, is called camera heads. And just the idea of it is what seems so funky to me. And actually, can we get up here? Ooh, look at this. Wait. Okay, grappling. Into the bubble. Into the bubble. Nope. Doesn't really matter, though. I don't think so. No, it doesn't. Anyways, is it really this fortune teller? Okay, so sorry to keep on getting distracted here, but basically, Thank you. The story behind this is just that, ooh, so that's the second one. Very interesting. Wow, there's a lot. Sorry. Anyway. Suppose that this is how this works, right? Okay. So, basically the way that it works is, man is walking in the woods. And now you can look at this up exactly, I'm paraphrasing. Man's walking in the woods, and he comes across an old envelope, and essentially the old envelope has, like, hey, if you ever found this, more or less, I'm dead, gone, missing, all of the above, you should probably run and hide. And, wow, I'm really good at telling creepypastas, can't you tell? While also playing the game. But, essentially, whoever has found this has now gone missing. They've got one of his friends, either captive or dead, which is always the fun one. I don't mean to go through there yet. And attached with it is a tape. And the tape is more or less all static, minus two kids being traced through the woods. And I don't believe they actually get caught or anything. It's just they're running from something. And the idea is that these monsters have cameras on their head, so it's like everything you see is recorded first person, which is kind of horrifying to think about. You know, if you've ever thought about the, you know, FBI was watching and they'll see everything you say and all that stuff. I suppose it's on that vein of creepy. Oh, is this gentleman going to give us another orb? Right, well, he's talking anyways. We're going to talk about more important thing. But yeah, so essentially they start to have these sightings and being hunted down by these camera-headed monsters, which I don't really know why, besides from the, you know, everyone's watching. Was that George Orwell, 1834? I'm probably wrong on that name of that book. But anyways, just very interesting. And there's plenty of stuff out there on it if you want to look it up yourself, because they can tell the story better than I can in this paraphrasing. But creepypasta is just weird. Like, I know it's probably just someone trying to tell us a scary story, but naturally I would not gravitate towards cameras. Like, why a camera on the head of this monster? I mean, like, yeah, sure, it tells a story in a way that wants to have me fall off a cliff and die. But, you know, I don't know. It's just not what I would necessarily associate with it. As with many great horror writers, you know, there's always got to be that, like, surprise to it. Otherwise, what's the point of the story, I suppose? Like, one horror author that actually my mother is very keen on, and I've read some of his stuff. Not enough, but it's some of the stuff. I'm more of a film guy than a book guy, if that's not already obvious. But Stephen King, that's where I was going with this. And he has, you know, more recently the wonders of It, and I'm trying to remember if he's actually put out anything else. But I've also seen, like, Desperation's pretty good, as well as Christine's pretty decent. And Pet Sematary, and I have not seen. Oh yeah, Pet Sematary has had a semi-recent remake. I've seen probably one of the remakes along the line. I don't believe it was the original, although it's supposed it could have been the original. I don't know how many versions or variants there are of each of his things, but yeah, no, he's a very interesting guy, and really what it comes down to is, you know, if you can guess the ending, then you know, there's half the story there is gone, half of the amusement there is gone. From a perspective of his books, he has a collection of short stories, and I can't exactly remember the one that I have read off the top of my head. There was a point when I dove into those. The one that I do remember relatively keenly was From a Buick 8. If you don't know, I'm a bit of a car guy. I'm always interested in that kind of thing. Oh, look at that. We're getting a Rubik's Cube. And so naturally, I'm like, hey, I'm going to read this book for school at some point. You know, one of those mandatory reading assignments. It's super long, so I can just kind of take my time with it and essentially just have it cover everything and not need to worry about finding a new book all the time. Again, not a super big reader, so for me, I was like, big book, okay, this covers me for a while. Don't need to dig into anything else. And essentially, if you're not familiar with it, because I don't know why you would be, it's not exactly one of the most popular Stephen King's, but the very, very simple synopsis here is that in the process of doing normal police work, a police officer ends up confiscating or reclaiming, I suppose it's an abandoned vehicle. Now, forgive me, it's been years since I've read this book, so I might be slightly off base here. But anyways, they reclaim this vehicle that's been left at a gas station. As the title might assume you, it'd be a Buick 8. And as they quickly learn that vehicle has been left for very good reasons, as they put it in, like, the back shed of the police department, and then the story kind of, like, unfolds in two tenses, so it gets a little bit muddy, and that's why I'm a little bit confused here. But I do believe it ends up with people going missing, and overall it's like you're slowly realizing that, hey, whatever is in this car is probably malicious, and you should probably, you know, do something about it rather than just keep it in the back shed and forget it didn't happen. But yeah, so anyways, we're going to actually wrap up this level here. Let's just walk across the line. And I think that's where we're going to be wrapping this one up. So if you did enjoy the episode, sorry, this was a bit of a rambly one, and a horror-based one, do leave a like on the episode, and comment below some creepypastas. I wouldn't mind looking some up myself, so share with me some of your favorites that you'd consider looking into, and let me know what your thoughts on camera heads are, and how interesting they are, for lack of a better reason. As always, this has been your host, TheLostYeti, and I will catch you guys in the next episode of Sackboy, A Big Adventure.